I will take care of one line for you.
This is a common phrase we often hear. The idea is that I am here and my sponsor is above me. They say, I will take care of one line for you. Just focus on building the other line. Let's talk about this approach in detail and discuss the potential issues it might cause. Where do these problems arise? When a sponsor says they will handle one line, there's often no clear timeline or specific number of people they promise to register. If the sponsor says, I will take care of your left line, so just focus on the right, partners might start thinking and acting the same way. For example, I as a sponsor tell my partners, I will handle one line for you, so you only need to work on the other side. Then the partner tells their own partners, I will take care of one line for you, so just focus on the other. This cycle continues. Here's where the problem begins. Relying on this one line strategy hits a limit. Everyone has a finite network, and working alone eventually reaches a break point. Now, imagine a partner who trusts the sponsor's promise and works only on one side, like the right line. They start wondering why the left side isn't growing. I worked so hard on the right, but there's no sales volume or new members on the left. What's going on? At this point, the sponsor might say, okay, I will try to help. But as a sponsor keeps trying to fill one line, their network starts running out. Eventually, their efforts hit a wall. Let me ask you a question. If your partner registers many people on their right line, making your left line the strong leg, high performing side, where would you register your new members? Most people with a common sense would find it hard to add people to the strong leg, right? The partner's right line continues growing while the left side stagnates. The partner then starts losing trust in the sponsors. If the sponsor's right line becomes the strong leg, they might try to build the partner's left side. But here's a catch. If the sponsor keeps helping the partner's left line, do you think the people on the partner's right line would notice? Binary systems are like a small world. There are no secrets. This creates a structure of conflict from the start. When people on the right find out that the sponsor is helping the left, dissatisfaction arises. Eventually, a partner might say to their sponsor, you said you would handle one line for me, so why am I not earning any money? And here's the big questions. If you are responsible for one line all the way down, who will take care of the last person in that line? This method causes dissatisfaction not only for the partner but also for their partner's partners. This kind of situation happens often. By saying, I will take care of one line for you, you are already creating elements that can break team dynamics right from the start. So, how should we actually build our lines? Let me share the best approach with you. The best way to take responsibility for both lines yourself. Even if you have a sponsors, you should register on the left first and then the right. The method is really simple, isn't it? This is how you should run your business without compromising the spirit of entrepreneurship. Since this is your business, you need to have the mindset that you are building both lines yourself. Now, let me ask you this. If you already have many people on your right line, making the left line your weaker side, where would you register a new member? Most likely, you would register them on the left. When your sponsors see that you are managing both lines yourself, they will feel grateful. On the other hand, in the I will take care of one line for you system, no one feels grateful. They assume it's the sponsor's job. If the sponsor registers someone, they think it's only natural. If the sponsor doesn't, they start to blame them. However, in a system where everyone manages both lines, people feel thankful when someone is registered under them. From the partner's perspective, it feels rewarding to do the business. When you register a new person on the left and then on the right, the genealogy grows naturally. Previously, there were limits because only one person was doing all the work. In a two-line system, responsibilities are shared and people continue to register new members. For example, if I register someone on the left and then the right, that person will also follow the same method. Register on the left first and then the right. This creates teamwork between the people I registered and the people they registered. When we build both lines, our partners feel genuinely thankful. But in the one line responsibility system, everything is taken for granted. If the line doesn't grow, people start blaming the sponsor. Here's another advantage. Managing both lines allows us to start the business without feeling burdened. Gratitude spreads throughout the team and teamwork improves. In contrast, teams built on one line system will inevitably fall apart. Complaints are guaranteed 100%. So don't promise to take responsibility for one line. If someone says to you about one line system, please explain why it's a flawed business approach. When you register people on both the left and the right, there's no burden on either side. The idea of a single line system simply doesn't make sense from the start. If partners register people evenly on both the left and the right sides, even if the sponsor doesn't make money, the partners can still earn. But when an inexperienced sponsor says, I will take care of one line for you, and the partner trusts this and only bills one side, they won't be able to make money. Never make promises you cannot keep. Who's responsible for a single line? If the person at the bottom quits, the entire line disappears. When there's a no one under my partners at the very bottom, they will lose the motivation to continue the business. On the other hand, in groups where both lines are built, there's a spirit of cooperation. The genealogy keeps growing and people continue to join. When new members are registered from above, it inspires and motivates everyone. By registering people on both the left and the right, the team keeps growing steadily. The one line system will eventually lead to complaints. Even if there are no issues now, this method could resurface within your team later. So you must understand its risks. In a system where both lines are built, when a sponsor with a strong network registers people under you, partners genuinely feel grateful. Even if your sponsor registers many people under you, you must always start by registering on the left first, then the right. If this structure is duplicated consistently, your membership will multiply. This way is not about one person working with 100% effort, but rather than the entire team sharing responsibility and working together. Even if your left side already has a lot of people, always register new members on the left first, then the right. Stick to this method. By the way, if you want to know how to register people, simply click the card above to find out. Salamat po!